often think this when I look at Prince Harry, you know the sort of thing I mean. There was a very famous B-side song, probably an A-side in some parts of the world, of course, by the brilliant supergroup called ABBA. I'm a Marionette. Remember that song? Brilliant. And it's all about people being pulled by strings, etc. in that particular pop business. Some people might say, though, that that's exactly the problem that's now literally engulfing the former royal known as the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. This time, though, by his wife, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. You all right? Thank you so much for your time today. Lovely to have your company. Still a nice day over here in the in the United Kingdom. Yeah, not bad at all. I know we're calling this summer, but I think we've had 3 days of good weather now. Yes, we'll be begging for rain soon. You know what it's like. We always like to moan about something over here. Somebody who could moan about something, some people might say with good cause, is the fact that when you think, you know, you couldn't get any dumber really, because clearly whatever you thought you were going to have in this particular outcome, 7 years, you know, of a relationship, whatever it is, 5 years of marriage or something like that. I'm not quite sure what it is. I've lost interest in that. But what I find fascinating is that Harry could not have foreseen just how bad his life could have turned out. The only bonus, as some might say, is that he has 2 children. Right? But again, across the internet, that's rife with all sorts of different speculations. And Harry, of course, has been able to put out on record his story via his book Spare, in which, you know, if you remember, he famously opened up about the alleged accusations that his real father was in fact Major James Hewitt. And of course, you know, he claimed he knew those stories all along. Everything he's had to do in order to secure this relationship with this woman has all been at his own expense, falling out with his brother, his father, Catherine, everybody. He's given everything up based on the fact that apparently, according to her, her life was that bad she couldn't stomach it in the monarchy or indeed be married to him in England, so she had to get what she wanted and literally return back to the land that she felt comfortable. Now, what's interesting is, from an excellent source who now no longer works there, is Harry is a shell of himself. I mean, on the public stage, he can just about pull it together, according to this source. But behind the scenes, he's morose, depressed, doesn't really have a purpose in life, often just goes walking or cycling, rock climbing, that sort of stuff. He has no purpose to his days. But as the source pointed out to me, and as ever I have to say allegedly, the worst bit about it is he's a man obsessed with looking at his former life, but not in front of his wife. Oh no, he wouldn't dare do that. And what's even more sad is, as we've just recently celebrated the spectacular event that is Trooping the Colour, which is the official birthday of His Majesty the King. Well, Harry is not even allowed, again allegedly, to offer congratulations over to his own father, because he has to stick to the line that unless all senior members of the British monarchy apologise to his wife, and these are Harry's words, right? This is the interesting fact. These are Harry's words on tape, on record. Well, Meghan couldn't forgive him. You know, after all, he's there to protect her, isn't he? And as we saw in those Disney pictures, as the source pointed out, he's very much a good actor, you know. He couldn't quite pull it off, as they said, in China, because he didn't really know what he was doing. And according to that source, when he was over in London, knocking on doors and trying to find people, as I pointed out, there were different aspects to it, but that was a very much last chance saloon. Is anybody willing to help me? Seemingly nobody is. And as they pointed out to me, what you're seeing behind closed doors is a man who's cut off from everything, doesn't have much to look forward to in life, and doesn't know exactly if, when, or ever he will see his own father, given the fact that he has his own health issues. Now, many people might say, well, you shouldn't really have any sympathy for a person like that. It's hard not to, because obviously when you're that dim, you do those things. But I'm not saying he should be offered salvation. But as I said at the start of the video, the source that now no longer works for them pointed out that this is literally a shell of a man going through the motions. But she, Meghan, is happier than ever. Interesting. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.